Good morning. My name is Jenny Bowling, and some of you are my friends because we have a lot of mutual friends, and some of you are my friends because you want to be my friend, and some of us are friends because we really legitimately know each other. That's about 700 of you. But I'm writing a book, and that's why I'm dressed in my bathing suit in January in Indiana. But in Indiana, you don't know, like, if you're going to need a bathing suit today or are you going to need a parka? So that's interesting in and of itself. But I'm trying to get like a good angle to do this and for this to turn out well so you can really actually see what it is that I'm trying to talk about. So this is me. I'm 31 years old. I have 2 kids. I work out when I can. I'm going to run the mini marathon this year. I eat when I'm hungry. And I don't eat when I'm not hungry. And when I was a teenager, about the ages of 16, 17, 18, I struggled with an eating disorder. And I would margin back and forth between bulimia and anorexia. And the reason I'm sharing about this is because there's somebody out there who needs to hear this. And I live in the light, so I'm going to live in the light with this body that when I was 15, 16, 17, 18, probably until last year when I broke my foot and couldn't work out and was completely devastated, had just gotten out of the worst relationship in my life, did I really realize, like, that I need to keep it pimping, you know what I mean? And just be comfortable with who I am because people are going to judge you anyway. Like, when I got these, I decided people are going to judge me anyway. They're going to judge me for being the flat-chested girl who shows up at the party, which I never was a flat-chested girl before I had kids. But after I had my youngest son, I gained 23 pounds. I lost all the 23 pounds. And then a personal crisis arose in my immediate household. And it stressed me out so much that I lost 30 pounds. And I didn't have 30 pounds to lose. And so I was nursing a baby. And so after nursing, like, when my milk dried up, so did my boobies. So several years later, I did get, and I'm pro whatever makes you feel good. So I'm just going to be out front and upfront about that. I am pro, do you, be happy, whatever makes you feel good. Like, look at that. Like, I don't have a perfect body, and I don't pretend to have one. But we're not going to focus on my imperfect body because I kind of have a bad back. So it looks worse than it is when I'm sitting at certain postures, but I'm sexy and I don't care. I wear a 6 or 4, and I'm comfortable in my own skin. I'm 5'8". We're not going to talk about the number on the scale because really it doesn't matter because I'm hot. And maybe that's something I need to work on letting go of too. But back to the eating disorder thing. When I was a teenager, I became friends with a couple of girls who were all perfectionists. We wanted to be the hottest, awesomest, best, most fantastic. And we were all kind of obsessive about our eating and about our calories and about just about our body image. And when you're 16, 17, 18, your body has not stabilized yet. So you have body fat. Like, my face when I was a teenager, like, I can post pictures of me from when I was a teenager. My little face was a little chunky fat face. And it was because of baby fat still. Like, my body was still adjusting into womanhood. And so I think as young girls, we really need to hit this message and send it home, is that you're at a different stage and a different place in your life. But the one thing we need to obsess about, I found 2 stray dogs yesterday. It was a bad situation. Had to take them. And that's, if you hear the howling, there's no coyotes. It's my pets for the weekend. But so this is what I think. I think that we become so obsessed with being skinny, being hot. You know, and we're comparing ourselves to all these adult celebrities. We're like, wow, you know, I want to be like Angelina Jolie, or I want to be like Jennifer Aniston, or I want to be like J-Lo, you know, like, and that's kind of how I looked at life when I was a teenager. Like, I picked out the people. I wanted to be like Beyonce. I loved her body. I thought she was beautiful. I thought she was radiant in every way. I loved that she was a Christian at that time. And I had pictures of all these celebrities on the wall, like right beside my bed. So every morning when I woke up, I saw all these beautiful, glorious women, and I wanted to be one of them. I wanted to be one of them. And I became very obsessive and very unhealthy. And I worked out in the morning and I worked out in the evening. And I'm talking about as a 16, 17, and 18-year-old. If I thought that I needed to lose weight, then I would eat like a bowl of chicken noodle soup. And then I'd eat a hard-boiled egg. And like I was really depriving myself of essential calories at a really pivotal time in my body's progression of becoming a woman. And so I just want to share this because I think that there are people out there who have daughters that need to know, like, our daughters, I don't have any daughters, but if I did, I swear my daughter would be the most, she'd probably be a little bitch because she would be so self-confident. I'd be like, you're awesome, and you're beautiful, and you're amazing, and you're so smart, and you're everything. And then I would ruin her probably, but I don't care because I still miss the daughter I never had. But for you guys with your daughters, it is so important, especially as dads. And I never had this growing up, but to tell your daughter that she's beautiful, that she's intelligent, that she is everything that your dreams were made of, that you love her, that you cherish her, that she's just a prized blessing in your life. And the more that you build that into your daughters, the less they're going to seek of that approval outwardly. And I know that personally. Like, I mean, I've had a handful of boyfriends, not anything major, but I have always wanted a relationship with a guy. It's always been so important to me until the last several years of my life because I did not have that sort of relationship with my own dad. And so I think that when we look at life and we say, okay, these are things that girls need. They definitely need these things. And these are things that boys need, and they definitely need these things. And we do everything we can, whether we have like a direct parental figure doing it, or maybe it's an outside person that is, it's a friend or it's a friend of the family, not a weird friend of the family, or a YMCA coach or somebody, but we need to watch those relationships too because we don't know them like that, and Jared from Subway might have been a friend of the family too. But I'm just saying that we got to infuse in our kids awesome. Like, we got to infuse into them that they are awesome and that they are worthy and that we value their existence and that they're important and that we see them and that we see their worth and their value. Because when you treat your children that way, then they see their own worth and value. And the other thing is, I saw this quote several years ago and it said, our kids will not treat themselves the way we treat them. They will treat themselves the way they've seen us treat ourselves. I have maintained a consistent body weight over the last 8 years, except for last year I broke my foot, and so that was a really trying time, but I'm back to a very good, healthy weight. It was like 6 months. I couldn't really walk for more than 30 minutes or 20, and it was really challenging for me to do my work physically for my job, but I would call it a blessing in disguise. It was a very humbling experience. But the thing that helped me move from being a very sick, obsessed, food obsessed, and I think part of it had to do with the people, my girlfriends were also that way. And so it was really an influence on me too. But, at about 20, I just started reading books about being healthy. And the more concerned I became with being healthy, the less concerned I became with being skinny or with self-deprivation. I became obsessed with how can I maximize my diet to be a healthy person. And the more obsessed we become with health, the more that health is going to radiate through us. I don't have weight problems. I really don't. I mean, I eat what I want. I eat when I'm hungry. And I just don't really struggle with my weight. But food is not something that I use as a self-soother. I use exercise to soothe. If I'm really anxious, I run. I run and I run and I run and I'm Forrest Gump and I'm running across America and I'm not coming back. So I think that we have to find outlets that are healthy and that just are not like, because there are a lot of things in life that feel good in the moment but aren't good over time. So we have to find the things that feel good in the moment and are good over time. And we all have different interests. So for each person, that's different. It might be joining a club or having a hobby or getting together with friends or, going out for drinks once a week or whatever the case is. Maybe for you, it might be buying a new outfit. But all those things can turn into addictions, So we have to make sure that we have many different things to choose from that are healthy life builders and life breathers, because we can become so addicted with something or so obsessed with something that it really creates a landslide in the rest of our life where we're just not as functional and capable because we're preoccupied. And preoccupation is a distraction. My little babies for the weekend, they're just down there howling. Preoccupation is something that really is going to serve to your detriment over time. So try to choose wisely, try to make good choices, eat a healthy, balanced diet of lean proteins, fruits, vegetables, whole grains. Get some dairy in there, drink some milk, drink a lot of water, drink tea, find things that, read books. I can't stress that enough. Read books, watch watch documentaries, watch tutorials, find people that are doing well at what you want to do well at, and follow them and find out what they have done, because they've probably been where you are. Have a great day. Hope you enjoyed my bikini body. Woo!